United Airlines flight attendant was reportedly 10 times over the alcohol limit.
Now, normally, when we do DUI stories or what have you, people are 2 times.
4. I've
That's
never seen 10.
Angela, this is what I'm saying. I've never seen that.
In fact, the woman who was, I don't remember if it was for micro-idiots, she was drunk driving, and she was 4 times over, and they took away her driver's license, charged her, she had to have a card that you had to, she had to have the thing on your device, on your car, the breathalyzer, and also the skin. She had
scram,
a scram on her ankle, I think, that could detect alcohol. And she was nowhere, and she had to go to rehab. She was nowhere near this level of drunk.
Right. And her job.
Okay, and this woman's job has people 30,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, dependent on them. Okay. They're the lifeguards of the sky.
This is what I'm saying. So apparently she drank vodka to calm down.
Okay.
A United Airlines flight attendant was reportedly 10 times over the legal alcohol limit while she was working a transatlantic flight to London.
Which is extra long, y'all.
See, and this is where, had this been some short flight, couple hours, it would have been really hard for her to get this drunk during it.
Right.
It was 10, it was really long. So apparently, Margaret Lake, 56, she was charged with performing an aviation function with alcohol in her system because they are just mean. So what happened is she was working and she just started drinking the little mini vodkas. Now, what I find interesting about this is that they said that she brought the vodkas with her.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say, and I'm sure they have got that situation there on that cart. Situated like, one of those mini bars. Like if you move one, I better see that one come up on a charge.
Well, this is what I don't understand though. Why get the minis if it's just for you?
Well, because you can't walk in with a bottle. Right, she picked those minis up someplace. Mm-hmm. If they were, but it wasn't out of the bin. I bet.
Yeah, that's the thing I find really it's just a little bit confusing to me. But it's so apparently her spokesperson or somebody said is that she really needed to calm down. It was something of she didn't realize that she got that drunk. Okay.
Time out. Let's tell some truths here. Okay. There's been a couple times that has happened to me.
What?
That I start drinking.
Oh, yes. I ended up in a bush outside of, what's it called? Chateau Marmont. You at that very same party, of drinking, started to try to pimp people. Well, act as a sex finder, I should say. You're more of a
I'm a liaison
between ladies.
I'm a sexual liaison. What I am.
That's what. But and you were really working hard for a reporter.
Yes.
From what's it called? The
not the Daily Mirror.
National Enquirer.
I
think, yes, yeah. And so, yes, no, I have found myself I got hosed down in the backyard. I have found myself way drunker than I anticipated being. I mean, it's been a minute, but at least
it's always that you didn't think about or remember or recognize the amount of food inside the body.
And also, it's those drinks that taste good and you don't realize that they're actually really, really boozy.
Or I got another one too, is you can't order a martini or 2 or 3 Because what I learned is that that's not a mixed drink. That's just booze.
That's just vodka. Yeah.
That's just vodka.
Here's the deal.
And there was a time. Do you
watched
remember?
your husband.
Huh?
I watched your husband when we had his birthday party at a martini bar, and we decided, because we're brilliant, to try all of the martinis. And I don't think we got through. I'm not sure we had 4. Like before we were like, your husband, he drank the same one. It was blue.
Yes.
But how many? But you figured it out from the bill. How
16. 16.
And we weren't driving or anything. This was in Chicago years ago, like over 20,
It's over.
years.
It's over 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Over at least.
But I would say even then, like, we were drunk, but we weren't. I mean, we weren't into bush drunk.
No,
we weren't sexual liaison drunk.
No, not at all.
We weren't. But
I was surprised from the bill and how much was drank.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute,
that we weren't drunker.
Yes. But we did have snacks, I think.
We did. We were very good about ordering snacks. Because we've said it on Stephanie Miller.
That's right.
We can have
every couple Chardonnays. I need some.
We need
some nachos.
We need something to soak it up.
The one that was really for me bad, even though we were much drunker than I wanted to be, but we weren't, blackout drunk or anything by any means, was when we were hanging out with the Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and we were drinking after the
Oh, I remember that.
What is it called? NACA?
NACA.
It was the NACA crew, right? Wasn't it the crew from the NACA show? So we ended up in the hotel bar with the crew from the National
Association of College Associations?
Association of College Activities, or activities, something like that. The people who book all the colleges, book their shows through.
So we're hanging out with the crew.
We're hanging out with the crew in the bar. And at some point I recognized that Chardonnay was not a good back for whiskey. I was doing whiskey with a Chardonnay back.
I looked over, she had whiskey. And I mean like 3 fingers of whiskey.
Well, we were doing shots, me and some of the crew.
And that was a shot. Was like 3 fingers.
Having a glass of Chardonnay.
And her back was Chardonnay.
Oh, but we were supposed to drive back, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna need a minute. We're gonna need a lot of food, and we're gonna need a rest for a minute. We're gonna need a minute.
Because it was, I mean,
But you know what?
That was some humping.
That was a really long time ago also. But it's, when you think about, I just want to know, when did people notice? Because this is a long flight, right? When did people notice that Margit was, which is an awful name. I really don't like that. It's spelled Margit. Margit.
It feels Dutch.
That's Margit or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that would make sense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, don't they usually hold their liquor better?
Well, she said she was having problems. She was feeling isolated. She had been dealing with grief, and she was estranged from her family. There was things going on. I'm not here to be the man. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you that you need a 90 and 90. I know you don't even know what that means yet, but you will. Okay?
Yes,
you need a meeting.
Keep working.
You need a meeting. Okay.
Yeah, it works if you work it. Keep coming back.
Just keep coming back.
Keep coming back.
Just keep coming back.
Margaret. There is, I feel like, always though, especially if you're drinking just straight liquor, don't you feel like there is a point where you are supposed to know?
Well, this is the difference. One could have a conversation. Why do you drink and what are you drinking for?
Right. She said to calm down, which is actually a big part of the problem here.
Right.
Because this is not how we deal with
our emotions, right? So then if the drink is there to solve the emotion and the emotion is ever present, you will never get a signal to stop.
Yes, that's right. Because
It's not possible.
You're still nervous. You're still
That's right.
whatever.
It's still in
filled
your
with
nervous
anxiety or
system.
depression or whatever.
That's right.
Yes.
But that's the thing that addicts don't understand
Yes.
is, if I'm drinking, for example, I'll go, oh, I'm drunk.
Yes, and then at that moment you're like, oh, let me stop.
Let me get some water.
Yeah,
let
but
me
even
even
at
out.
this point, though, being, well, see, she's 2 years older than me. I was gonna say, at this point in my life, though, I feel like you don't have to. It's not about how it feels. I just know I don't want to have more than this many, drinks.
Well,
like
some people don't have that boundary.
No, I know. I get that. I get addiction,
Yeah.
and I get all that. But I think that what I find fascinating about her is that this just seems like a really big. Like, has she been drinking on the job before? Maybe she worked at the airline. This is a shame to me too, for 26 years.
I know that made me feel really bad
and
for her.
she resigned, and I guarantee that she didn't really have a choice.
Right.
It would be, but like, oh, that sucks.
It does suck, and also 10 times the limit.
Yeah,
you know what you're supposed to do. What's
Yes.
This is why I know nobody liked her at work.
That's what I'm saying. Where are your coworkers supposed to be? They're supposed to be like, girl, Marguerite, go sit down.
Margaret,
Go
sit down.
I'm not saying Marguerite. It's awful. Margaret, sit down.
Margaret, yes, sit your.
No, I
bony butt.
got first class. You sit down.
That's right. And I don't care if it would take me an hour to get through that room
And I would tell
alone.
people she's ill.
That's right.
Like.
She's not feeling well.
But on the other hand, this is why I'm like, maybe she's been drunk before, because nobody covering, and maybe this was the she needs to go to a meeting moment. This was the
I still wouldn't.
We
I
need
wouldn't
to
let
stop
anybody.
mitigating this bottom. Because
I wouldn't let anybody go out like that.
No, right? 26 years.
I wouldn't let anybody go out like
No,
that.
right?
I
You
would
just
be,
wanna-
and I would, because Angela, you know
Maybe
me.
she's
I
not nice.
would have that conversation with somebody.
Oh, we have. We have many times.
We have snatched people off the streets.
We have absolutely
Of
snatched
Torrance.
people off the streets and taken them to doctors.
and taken them to
Psychiatrists.
doctors.
I've taken multiple people to rehabs.
You
I've
have.
watched- Yes,
You
I
have.
have watched while somebody dug around the floor trying to find any fallen bits of meth, as getting ready to try to take this person to rehab.
I'm
I've
telling
been
you.
to more AA meetings and NA meetings.
I'm telling you. And there's nothing to be, this is what I want to impress upon us all. There's nothing to be afraid or
Nothing to
ashamed
be afraid
of.
or ashamed of. There's
We
nothing at
all been hurt and
But
been hurt
Margaret.
sometime. Margaret, you just 10 times, Margaret, at work, baby. I'm Frances Callier.
And I'm Angela V. Shelton.
We are Frangela. Thank you so much for listening to
Idiot of the Week.
Week.